Greetings, NASCAR enjoyers, and by the time I film this part of the video, this will be one of the final 2 days of Pride Month. Yep. And I'd like to point out that some troll that left the comments on my Pride Month related video said, so you're just gonna embrace TV censorship and not be a part of counterculture or something like that. Being anti-woke is not part of counterculture. It's just being a jerk. Because if you're anti-woke, that means that you're just basically making the same mistake as some people before Pride Month came into existence. Being discriminatory towards gays, and yes, there is a lot of problems about being discriminatory towards gays. You see, I defend Pride Month because I want to support people of diversity, and I've also been wanting to defend NASCAR's Pride Month celebration as it got under fire. Hence why I'll be calling this video the Music City Pride Double Feature Extravaganza, or DFE for short. But anyways, the reason why I called this the Music City Pride Double Feature Spectacular, or Music City Pride DFE for short, is because of it being posted on the final day of Pride Month, and because of it taking place in Nashville Superspeedway. And oh boy, the Xfinity race was actually pretty good. Yeah, it's a lot better than the New Hampshire race in my opinion. Although it was pretty much dominated by Cup Series guys. Yeah, I didn't want Ty Gibbs to win. Ty Gibbs is the guy that won the first stage. Yeah, nobody could catch up to him. And the race was mostly caution-free. Yeah, I've said mostly because you're gonna know why in a bit. Yeah, Ty Gibbs won the first stage, but he lost some positions in the battle for pit road, and Cole Custer gained a spot against him. And guess who took the second stage win? You're never gonna guess. John Hunter Nemecheck. Yep, that same guy who's been racing for Legacy Motor Club, who can never win a race in the Cup Series. I actually took the second stage win, and it was actually pretty exciting in the second stage. John Hunter Nemecheck won the second stage, and in the third and final stage, there was actually some pretty great action. Yeah, it was a battle between Cole Custer and AJ Allmendinger. Yeah, they were both battling for position, and Cole Custer was trying to get his first win, but he just cannot do it. So, what happens? Another caution gets thrown out. And, ironically enough, it's caused by the winner of the first stage, Ty Gibbs. And who caused him to spin out? Yeah, Justin Allgaier. Justin Allgaier, the Xfinity Series Elite. But he did apologize to Ty Gibbs about it. He said, sorry. Yeah, he's sorry for making him spin out. That was the only caution in the race, by the way. aside from the 2 stage cautions. But what I'm saying here is that the race only had 1 regular caution as opposed to the, well, New Hampshire race having 3, no, not just 1, 2, or 3 cautions, but 9 cautions. It was crazy. But at least Hailie Deegan made it out alive this time around. And then there was the water bottle incident. Yeah, there was some debris on John Hunter Nemecheck's bumper. And yeah, you see Cole Custer and AJ Allmendinger, it looks like that they were gonna, well, one of them was gonna win until an incident in pit road happened, and Cole Custer just, well, despite him winning the race at pit road, he fell behind and he just could not get back into the top 5 positions. It is pretty sad for him, gotta be honest. And that allowed John Hunter Nemecheck to basically pass him. And Chandler Smith, the guy who has the same name as Chandler McCann, but he's not a bully like he is. Yeah, he's a character from the Loud House. I'm a fan of the Loud House, get used to it. I don't go around saying that you can't like the Loud House. Well, that you can't hate the Loud House. You can hate the Loud House all you want. And if you like the Loud House and you hate the Loud House, that's fine. But anyways, in the final stage was the battle between Chandler Smith and John Hunter Nemecheck. And of course, despite being caught up in lapped traffic in the very final lap, John Hunter Nemecheck finally took his win. Yeah, like, even lap traffic couldn't hold him back. Because John Hunter Nemecheck took his win anyways. And you might be wondering why this win is better than the Christopher Bell win. Well, the difference being is that Christopher Bell has already won a bunch of races in the Cup Series. He's won 3 races in the Cup Series so far, including one in the rain-shortened Coca-Cola 600 because of a dumb decision by Fox Sports. Because apparently they wanted to get to football games. Or something like that. And even some fans say they still want it to watch the race throughout midnight and still wanted to see Kyle Larson in there. Which I understand. But anyways, like as I was saying, the main difference between having John Hunter Nemecheck win and Christopher Bell win is that Christopher Bell's already won a bunch of races in the Cup Series. He's, like I said, he's won 3 races so far, including a rain-shortened one, and he's even won some races in the prior years. But guess how many races John Hunter Nemecheck won in the Cup Series? 0, zilch, nada, nothing, absolutely nothing. Yeah, 0 wins in the Cup Series, although he's had some top 5 finishes. But seeing him win was actually pretty good for him, considering that he's not one of those drivers in the Cup Series to actually win any races because, well, Legacy Motor Club has rarely ever won any races, despite the fact that the next-gen cars are made with the intention of having underdogs capture some wins. But still, John Hunter Nemecheck has never won a single Cup Series race, and this is actually a rare J.H. Nemecheck win. Yeah, seeing him win is always pretty good because it is a rare win for him. It's a rarity to see him win. And it would be interesting to see him win the Cup Series. So yeah, the Nashville Xfinity Series race is actually a good race. It's not going to be as good as the Cup Series race, but it's still pretty good, and I give it an 8 out of 10. Because you get to see a bushwhacker who's never won a Cup Series race win an Xfinity Series race and have a rare W, which to John Hunter Nemecheck gets a thumbs up. John Hunter Nemecheck's credit gets a thumbs up. So yeah, pretty good race. And the reason why I decided to delay it to put this video alongside the other one is because of another video that I had to upload. And I do not want overlap, and I don't want to post 2 videos on the same day because one video will basically overshadow the other. So that's why this video is being posted alongside the Cup Series race. But anyways, it's time to talk about the Nashville Cup Series race of 2024. So let's go! Well, greetings yet again, NASCAR enjoyers, to, well, the second portion of the Music City Pride DFE, or Double Feature Extravaganza. As I talk about probably one of the craziest races to ever air on NASCAR. Well, it looked normal at first. I mean, yeah, Denny Hamlin was leading until Christopher Bell passed him. And there were only a few cautions. And Christopher Bell won the first stage. But then the rain came in. Yeah, I'm trying to be as quick as possible because I still want to upload this video on the very final day of Pride Month. But anyways, the rain comes in for the 4th caution so far. And, well, it was a short rain delay. But they still had to bring out the jet dryers. Anyways, come to the final moments, and you wouldn't believe this, but Christopher Bell actually spun himself out and DNF'd. Yeah, he DNF'd. And then guess what else happens after that? Ross Chastain and Denny Hamlin are battling for the lead. It was absolutely crazy. And after that, Kyle Larson pretty much jumped up to 3rd. So, anybody who's watched NASCAR for a long time knows that Denny Hamlin and Kyle Larson are bitter rivals. So what happened is a series of cautions. Yeah, it was probably one of the most caution-filled races that I've seen in probably a few months. And of course, Kyle Larson tried to take out Denny Hamlin, but ended up crashing out Ross Chastain instead, which was pretty bad for him. Yes, I actually feel bad for Ross Chastain being crashed out. And then Kyle Larson has problems of his own on one of the restarts. And that costed him a 15th, well, cost him several positions, and he jumped down to 15th. And it got even crazier at the end, where there was a battle between the 2 Ford Mustang Dark Horse drivers, and I gotta bring out the Ford Mustang Dark Horse Lego set, because, well, guess who won? Yep, that's right. It was a battle between Chase Briscoe and Joey Logano. And that meant that both drivers were trying to battle for the win. And then, of course, Tyler Reddick jumped up. Yeah, he was trying to get his 2nd win. I mean, he had 1 win in Talladega. But he wasn't able to do it, though, as Joey Logano, well, he blocked him. Yeah, he blocked him for the win. And that ended up losing him a couple of positions, and surprisingly, Zane Smith ended up in second. Yeah, a Spire Motorsports driver. Yeah, sadly, neither Denny Hamlin nor Kyle Larson were able to win this race. Yeah, it was another Denny versus Kyle fight. And of course, earlier in the race, Kyle Busch also DNF'd. But even though this race was marred by a lot of cautions, and a lot of cautions, there were like a bunch of cautions in the race, the finish was absolutely worth it, as we got to see a lot of crazy action going on. And once you know it, on the final lap, Joey Logano finally wins for the first time in 2024. Congratulations, you're now locked yourself into the playoffs. And all three Penske drivers are now in the playoffs. And that is impressive considering that Ford just introduced the Ford Mustang Dark Horse body style. And they weren't doing too well prior to the race at Darlington, where Brad Keselowski won the race with a cool-looking Castrol Tom Supra throwback. And then Ford started doing well. Firstly, they won the All-Star race, where Joey Logano won, but it didn't count towards points. And they almost could have won at the Infineon, aka Sonoma race, except for they had some issues there. And then they had a awesome win at Iowa. Well, before that, they had a crazy win at Gateway with Austin Cindric, and then they had a awesome win at Iowa with Ryan Blaney, which was a well-deserving victory, by the way, because he ran out of gas at Gateway, and he deserved that win. And then they win here again at Nashville, Music City. And that is a good thing, because the Ford Mustang Dark Horse is... Yeah, people thought that Ford was going to go winless throughout the whole season. But they didn't. And this is now their 5th win, including the non-points All-Star race. So far, Ford has 4 victories in the Cup Series in 2024. And this is because of their new body. Yeah, either way, Ford was going to win, no matter if Chase Briscoe or Joey Logano was going to get in the mix. But anyways, I would give this race a 7.5 out of 10, except for the fact that I don't do decimals. Yeah, there was a lot of cautions, and the race was... It seemed that it was never going to end, but the finish was worth it, and it gets an 8 out of 10 for that reason. It's finally good to see Joey Logano, 2-time NASCAR champion, in the playoffs. All 3 Penske drivers are now in the playoffs, and hopefully Chris Buescher will get a win to lock himself into the playoffs as well, because Ford has to have a presence in the playoffs. And they deserve to have a presence in the playoffs. If Chris Buescher or Justin Haley wins at the Chicago Street Course race next week, that would be awesome. But anyways, Pride Month is now over, and I gotta change back into my normal hat. So yeah. Happy July, everyone, and catch you guys next time, and peace out. Smaller channels are at risk, and every subscriber means a lot to them. Like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for the latest Racer Cinema Productions videos. And together, we can help drive the YouTube algorithm away. fate of other smaller channels getting defeated by the viewer-based algorithm. Thank you for watching. Catch you guys next time.